Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of DP Talks. We are reviewing Agatha All Along today, and oh my god, what the heck is this show? And not even in a bad way. I mean, the first two episodes weren't my thing. I felt like it was kind of long, which is the first two episodes. And even in the last episode, I thought, like, what was going on? I feel like you're wasting an episode slot. But then at the end, they explained what was going on. So that was good for me, at least. And this also sets up another possible show from what the rumors are being said. There are rumors that Wiccan will be having his own show, and it'll be following after the events of Agatha All Along. So I'm going to just say what everyone else has been saying. It's going to be a spin-off from a spin-off of WandaVision. And I had no problem with it. It's just Agatha All Along to now from the looks of it. It's a nice project, but if you're thinking in the grand scheme of things, and if you listen to how me and Noah talked about this before, this is not really a project that was necessary, especially with the grand scheme of the MCU. Am I hating on it? No. I actually think it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. A lot of people were saying, this is woke, this is against everything, it's just gonna be gay. Honestly, it wasn't really gay. There's some parts that are like, there's two characters who are. Not to mention they even joke that witches are like that. As long as it wasn't affecting the storyline, I was fine. And it didn't affect it at all. If you watch Acolyte, there was some moments that they did talk about it, but that didn't really affect the show either. It was just the story, and the story wasn't good, so it kind of affected my opinion on it. Now, when you watch this show, if you saw the interview, they talked about how Aubrey Plaza was doing it because she thought if it wasn't that, I wouldn't be here. She made that joke, and that got a lot of people worried, including myself, because I was thinking, if this is like Acolyte, where they talk about this in all the time in interviews, and then the story is just completely never talked about or discussed in any other interview, I would be upset. But I think they kept everything hidden up because even people were like saying that in interviews that this was Wiccan, and the guy who was playing Teen was able to just keep his mouth shut, not spoil anything. So I thought that was pretty cool that at least there's some story aspects talked about. Now, I'm talking about other stuff that isn't, well, it's part of the show, but not really in the show directly. So, Agatha, All Along. If you watch the first two episodes, you may seem to lose interest. I kind of did at first. And then I watched the third one, and I was like, okay, I can get behind this. It's just going through trials that are like, they're put in rooms that are like fixed for each specific person. So I thought that was kind of cool. Then also there's Aubrey Plaza in it. I enjoy her as an actor, and I think she was pretty good in this. And honestly, all the actresses and actor who are in this project are really good. I enjoy them. However, I had one issue with the show, and this is why I was like against the ending one. And this also goes back to Acolyte. I don't want to talk about Acolyte at all. I really want to talk about the show, Agatha, but I can't without talking about Acolyte. I'm comparing the two because this is why I had an issue at first. So if you watch Acolyte, you know in a couple of the episodes, they were flashback episodes. Not only were they flashback episodes, they did not address the present in any shape or form during that episode. There are two flashback episodes in Agatha All Along. But at the end, they, or at least halfway, they address the present. They continue to talk about what's actually happening and not just stay in the past, which I actually liked. Now, if Acolyte did that, I would be like, okay, that's actually not bad because you're still addressing what is happening in the present time. Agatha All Along has a origin for Wiccan, and this is after the ending of that fourth or fifth episode where Wiccan reveals to Agatha and the other witches that he is in fact Wanda's son. And then the next episode, it's like Billy, how he became a new person, had a new body and everything, with a new family even. He had to pretend he's someone else for 3 years. So I thought that was... And then they went back to showing that Agatha actually survived Wiccan's attempt at killing her. And then they had a whole moment together. But, okay, I need to talk about the actual... I'm talking about the show, but I'm drifting off. I'm talking about other stuff. Okay, so, Agatha. Catherine Hahn comes back as Agatha Harkness, reprising her role after WandaVision, and how she's now trapped in 12 years. 12 years. I'm talking about Henry Danger now. Old show. If you grew up with that kind of show, you know what I'm talking about, but that is not what it is. It's Westview. There's a lot of views, cities, I get towns, I don't know. It's in Westview. Agatha is now free from her spell, and Billy is now trying to go on the witch's road to save Tommy, because if Wiccan found a new host, and if he still is connected to Tommy, maybe Tommy can have a new life as well. He attempts to do that, and in the process, this catches the eye of Death. Lady Death appears in the show. Incredibly well done, too, by Aubrey Plaza. She plays Death in... It's not revealed till later on, but she plays Death to a good extent, and she has a relationship with Agatha, but at the same time, because she is Lady Death, she has to go by the rules, so she can't really be, well, Agatha's, thing. So it's kind of interesting there. And then, like I said, there's the ending flashback episode. That one talks about Agatha's whole life and what led her to the end. And at the end, it's just Wiccan meets with Agatha's ghost. If you played Midnight Suns, you know what I'm talking about. Her ghost and what it would look like. She has the classic white hair, the purple dress that you see her wear in the comics. So I thought that was pretty cool too. And yeah, it just ends with them going to find Tommy. And this would set up Wiccan. Do I think it'll happen? Probably, most likely, because finally, after a long time, they're not just introducing new characters, they're also expanding on the characters they have just set up. So at least that's a good thing. Now people are complaining about it because it's basically another spinoff, which I understand. But at the same time, you guys were also complaining about characters being brought into the MCU and not getting expanded on, such as Shang-Chi, Eternals. So is it in the right direction? Maybe, possibly, I don't know. I have to see it first. So if it is made, I have to see it, I have to react to it, and then I'll know how it all goes. But it's not a bad idea, because Tommy Maximoff has to get in the show somehow. Whether that's a Young Avenger movie team up, and Wiccan just like found him off screen, or if it's through a show. I don't know, but this will most likely either happen before or after Secret Wars. So this could even happen off screen for all we know. But yeah, Agatha, Catherine Hahn plays her very well. The cast and crew did an amazing job. The set design looks amazing. The actresses and actor did a phenomenal job in their roles. And it sets up an interesting story for next time. Will it happen? I don't know. But I'm interested in seeing how Lady Death comes into the MCU like more often now. Like if Deadpool was in that universe, how would Lady Death interact with Ryan Reynolds? That's what I really want to see now. I want to see Deadpool's relationship with Death at this point. But also, I kind of want to see a Lady Death, not like an origin or flashback. I want to see... Actually, yeah, I want to see a flashback. I want to see Lady Death talking to Josh Brolin's Thanos. Here's why. Thanos takes 50% of the population away because Lady Death asked him to. Thanos is in love with Lady Death, and he would do anything for her, including give her how many lives she wants, which is 50%. Now, will we see this? Probably not, but that'd be interesting. And especially Deadpool with Death would be cool as well. But who knows? I honestly think this was a good show. If you feel like you're losing interest, I can understand that. It'll get more interesting after the first couple of episodes. I think you would really enjoy, especially episode 7, I think it is. It's actually a really well done episode. That one actually got me more invested in the last 2 episodes. So take that as whatever you want. I enjoyed it. I think it's maybe a 7.5 to 8 out of 10. It was actually really good. Now, if you think of it as like I said, I've been repeating this multiple times throughout the video, but the grander scheme of the MCU, probably not necessary. But if you're just looking for a fun and interesting movie about magic and witches, you'll enjoy this. It has a good amount of magic and humor, and sometimes even not dark, but I don't, maybe emotional, maybe. I could understand there's emotion because of what you see, and you see why Agatha does what she did. But again, that's your opinion. I don't know how to explain it more. Thank you for watching the video. If you want to see more review videos, come back. We'll be doing Gladiator 2, Penguin when that show finishes. I actually had to watch the whole show. I watched the first episode when it first came out, but I just got busy watching other stuff. Besides Agatha, I was also just doing other side projects. And yeah, pretty much. If you want to keep seeing more videos, like, subscribe, or just come back in general and watch the video. You don't even have to do the other stuff. You just need to enjoy the video. So, thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day.